Okay, welcome. Thank you very much for clicking on. Today I'm going to share some of my car boot sale treasures or my car boot sale finds with you. I'm an antique dealer and I go around the UK car boot sales looking for beautiful items I can save. I share my love and passion of antiques on my channel. So today we're going to take a look at 10 of this week's items I've selected for the video. I hope you enjoy. Okay, we're going to start off with a beautiful piece of 19th century Chinese porcelain. Now, this is, as I say, late Qing, about 1880, something like that in date. It's quite a rare piece. It's on a blue ground. I'm not sure if it's powder blue or cobalt blue, but it's certainly on a blue ground with hand-painted enamel dragons and this raised gilded chimilla. I think it's a chimilla lizard, whatever they call them. Anyway, beautiful thing. It's got a little bit of enamel wear and a tiny, tiny chip. Yeah, I think it's chimilla or something like that. I can't think of the name of them, but that little lizard round the top there. It's just late Qing. A little bit of enamel loss there, but it's a really, really nice decorative vase. Very unusual to find on this colour, and it's got a little flea bite or a little nip out of the rim there. Doesn't go all the way through. It's just very small glaze. There's the foot rim. That's what we're looking for on a late Qing piece. Nice thing. And as I say, I think it's 12 inches tall, 11.5 inches tall, but a beautiful vase nonetheless. And it's getting harder and harder to find these period pieces of Chinese porcelain. This is export porcelain, not imperial or anything else, but it is a nice thing. Nothing if not diverse. Next we have a Spanish cedar wood Humidor, which is basically a cigar box that is specifically designed to keep your cigars at the right moisture and temperature. It's got this sort of burl walnut effect on the top. I'm not sure what the wood is, but it's got that burl effect. Nice brass handles on the sides. On the front, it's got the thermometer. Oh, is it a thermometer? Yeah, I'm sure it's a thermometer. This is a lock-in one as well. You know, you're not going to spend all that money on cigars and hydrometer, sorry. You're not going to spend all that money on cigars and not lock them up. It's a beautiful box. Cedar wood, really nice. And it's got the keys on the inside. There you go. So, really nice cigar box. Believe it or not, these are an absolute fortune. This one, I didn't pay a fortune for it. Come in from a car boot sale. And like everything, when it comes in from a car boot sale, it comes in for next to nothing. £225 I'm asking, and that was actually cheap compared to what some people were asking. This I absolutely love. I only picked this up yesterday. Now, it's down as a late Victorian black enamel metal ewer or jug, but it's non-metallic, so it's more than likely brass. But I haven't put brass down because I can't definitively say what it's made of. But it's non-metallic, so it's more likely brass. It's black painted, if you like, and it's got this applied plaque on the front, IHS, which is a Christian emblem. It's what it's used in Christianity, I believe. Anyway, so this is an ewer or a jug ceremonial piece out of a church, probably for up on the altar or something like that. It's extremely large. It's a large piece, about 16 inches, 16.5 inches tall, very heavy. And it's from the arts and crafts period, certainly late 19th century in my opinion. The style of the writing is arts and crafts, the shape of the jug is arts and crafts. Everything about it screams late 19th century arts and crafts movement. It's got a replacement screw there or nut there on the back. You can see the edge on that. That was replaced a long time ago. Now it's got plenty of wear on it, and I absolutely adore this jug. I love the wear as well, believe it or not. The wear doesn't put me off at all. In fact, I like this wear to the finish. If you want something to look brand new, just go to IKEA and buy it. I'm only asking £145, and when you consider that is a ceremonial piece from a church, They're really hard to come by. And what is it? Antique black enamel metal. I've put down as metal. Ewa, late Victorian, ecclesiastical IHS plaque. So, nice thing. Before you see what this is, how many of you actually know what that is just to look at it? I knew what it was when I bought it. You can pause if you want to write down a guess. It is a turn of the century or an early 20th century German Bisque porcelain novelty ashtray / matchbox holder. Match holder rather. So you'd put matches in the feet, you'd put matches in the head, everything, and you could put your spent matches in its mouth. Really interesting thing. I've seen a few of them about. This one actually been on the Antiques Roadshow. The lady who sold it to me told me at the car boot sale she had a lovely day out, taking it to the Antiques Roadshow, and then sold it at a car boot sale, for next to nothing. I've only got £45 on it, but it is such a unique novelty piece. Really interesting thing. I'll tell you the maker now. Schaefer and Vatter, if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm dyslexic, so I read things as I see them. But it's a really nice example of what it is, in good condition too. I like unusual. This is pretty standard, but it's a beautiful quality piece. Denmark, Danish. Porcelain vase by Royal Copenhagen. And it has the, let's see if I can pronounce this right, Frederiksborg Castle. If that's how you pronounce it, I don't know. It's a really good looking piece anyway. Blue and white, Danish porcelain at its best. You don't get better than Royal Copenhagen, I don't care. There's the wavy lines on the back and the crown, but you also get them underneath. Royal Copenhagen, Denmark. The KG will be the artist name, the 3 wavy lines which you see all the time, and then the pattern number over here. Lovely thing. Really, really nice. You wouldn't believe what that came in for off another antique dealer. I'm only asking £45 for it, and it's a big piece. It's 8 inches tall. For Copenhagen, that's not bad size at all. And the quality is fabulous. Again, another extremely cheap buy. This beautiful oil-on canvas. Now, this is unsigned, but a little research on it quickly identified it as Arundel Mill on the River Arun. And this exact image, minus a couple of birds on the lake, or on the river, was painted by, let me get his name if I remember right, James Baker Pyne. And he's the original artist, I believe, of this picture, and he sells for thousands. This one I've put down as after him because there are some subtle differences and it's not signed. But it's a really good looking oil on canvas. It's a big piece as well. Don't let the image fool you. This is a big piece. It's like 30 inches by 16 inches or something like that. And it's in really good condition. And honestly, if you compare this to the one that sold for thousands, it's so close, it's shocking. So if someone wanted a cheap example of his work to put on a wall, this is a really good example. It really is. And the artist done a fabulous job, because I'm not kidding you, it is almost identical to the original by James Baker Pyne. $295 on that one, but for a lovely piece of art, that isn't bad. Now this is extremely rare. Let me check the size on it before I tell you the size. Right. I don't know how many of you have ever seen one of these. Right. This is Victorian press molded glass. So we're not talking hand cut crystal or anything. However, have you ever seen these big, massive ceramic jugs that come with a wash bowl? This is a glass version, and I have never ever seen a glass version. This is 5 kilos empty. Honestly, you need 2 hands to lift it up empty. You fill it up, you're not going to lift it up. It's massive. It's 12 inches and it's huge. And as I say, 5 kilos. It's got a nice fluted and diamond cut pattern. Well, it's molded pattern. A comparison there next to a Pepsi can, standard Pepsi can, but it's honestly, I can't do justice in the images. If you actually handle it, it's good, normal Victorian grey glass. It's really nice. But I've never seen, you can see there the mold line running down the middle. I've never seen a wash basin jug made of glass. And I'm not kidding you, if you filled that up, I don't even know if the handle would take the weight, because you're talking, it's probably a 10 pint, 12 pint jug, if not more. And it's 5 kilos before you start. And would you believe, well, you can see there's a good example there. You could see all the scratching and wear there from 100 years of use. It's a really, really nice and extremely rare piece, I can tell you that now. I don't have the bowl to go with it, but I've never seen a jug made of glass that big. It can only be described as oversize. I got 145 on it, but I've never seen one. And I've been doing this nearly 30 years. And I got to be honest with you, when I saw it, I jumped up and down thinking, yay, I love old glass. This, I love. Now, you all watch Bargain Hunt, Antiques Road Trip, things like that, and the first thing they tell you all the time is don't buy anything damaged. This is a fine example of ignore 'em. I don't buy anything damaged that's mass-produced. Something has to be either a 17th, 18th century, or has to be extremely rare for me to consider damage. This is very rare. This is a beautiful Rosenthal piece, Art Deco Diaz. The damage it's got is lost the horns on the stag. Signed on the back there by the artist. There's the horns missing off it, unfortunately. It's absolutely, it's got everything going about it for Art Deco. You couldn't get a more Art Deco figure than this if you looked. And there's the Rosenthal mark there. But I'm not kidding you, this figure in perfect condition would be mid to high hundreds. Honestly, you could have that as a front cover of any catalogue. It is spectacular. For Art Deco ceramics, that's right up there. I'm really devastated they lost a couple of horns, but you know what? It's big as well. It's 13 inches long. That's how big that is. It's long and 7 inches tall. I'm still asking £95 on it, but I tell you now, if that had his horns, I'd be asking an absolute fortune. I really would, because I love it. This one is a little bit of Alum Bay Isle of Wight glass. It has got a beautiful metal oxide iridescent finish to the outside. It's jack in the pulpit form. It's a big piece. Again, I think it's about 12 inches. So I've got the regular can. I use a can that for size comparison. Some people use a bottle of wine, some people use a wine glass, but they're not a standard measurement that everybody can go off. Everybody knows the size of a Coke or Pepsi can. But you can see that beautiful finish introduced, I believe, by Tiffany. And is it Tiffany done it? I'm sure it was Tiffany done the iridescent in the beginning. Beautiful thing. There you go, there's a picture of the label there underneath, Alum Bay Isle of Wight glass. I'm only asking £40. It's a nice bit of art glass from the Isle of Wight that is really, really nice, and I love that iridescent finish. When the light hits that iridescent finish, it's like, the only way I can explain is if you've ever tipped a bit of petrol or oil on the floor and the sun and the rain hits in, you get the rainbow effect. That's what you get on the finish on them glass. Absolutely beautiful. And finally, another piece I've never seen before. Now, we've all seen brass hotel bells or shop bells where you just pull it down and it dings the bell. This is a turn of the century, and I got to be honest with you, I have never seen one with a built-in match holder and match striker. Never. It's double-sided, so you can ring. You've got two ringers on it, which again is unusual. But I've never seen one with the match holder on the top. You feel free to correct me and say you've seen them all over the place, but I've never seen one again. This week has been a week of rarities. I got to be honest with you. Everything I'm pulling out the car boot sills at the moment, I'm having a very good time of it. It's really, really good stuff. Stuff I'm really, really connecting with, and it's coming in for next to nothing. It is one really, really, really nice buy I just purchased. And it's not going to go into a video because I'm going to do a restoration project on it myself. However, I've just put a video out on it, and I'll put a link in the description of this video to that one. But take a look at this item. Honestly, you'd have to have a heart of stone for it not to affect you. It is absolutely stunning. I have bought a World War I soldier bust or head in pottery with a treacle glaze finish, and I'm not kidding you, it is spectacular. Look at the quality of that. Now, I'm not sure if this is a head of a full-size figure or whether it was originally mounted at a base or it was mounted on something, I don't know. All I have got is the head from the neck up. I'm going to do a restoration project on it and repair the neck so that it stands upright. But I've done a lovely video on it, but it is absolutely breathtaking. It really is. The quality is just amazing. So check that video out. Honestly, the minute I saw it, I just fell in love with it. World War I bust and of a soldier, and I'm not kidding you. It should be in a museum, a military museum. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I've bought probably 50 to 100 items in the last week to 2 weeks. I've videoed 10 for you. If you're interested in seeing what else I've got, please go over, check out the website, it's antiquesarena.com. But honestly, I bought about 100 items in the last week, at least. I still listing them. I still haven't got through listing them all. But I did try and cherry pick some of the nicer pieces to share with you that I find on the car boots. It'll give you an idea of what the type of range you can get. And in all honesty, I never limit myself. One of the good things with myself when I go to car boot sales, it helps me not to fail, is I'll buy anything. I'll buy jewellery, I'll buy art, I'll buy ceramics, I'll buy glass, I'll buy, you name it, I'll buy anything, toys. If I like it, if I think I can sell it for a profit, I'll buy it. But it has to be quality. It's that simple. Anyway, nice casual car boot sale haul video. Hopefully you'll enjoy having a little look. Maybe it'll give you a bit of inspiration on things to buy and sell on. They were all some of the dearer pieces I picked up this last week, but as I said, there's about 100 pieces. Go check out the website and hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.